So how do you run a modern state according to Jewish law? I'm listening to a lecture by history professor Marc Shapiro, and he cites Nissim of Girona, the Ran. That's how he's known, the Ran, the commentator. Says that in our Jewish system there are basically two types of governance. There's Torah law and the law of the king. Now look at how difficult it is to convict people according to Torah law, because for every sin or every conviction, there has to be two witnesses who warned the person before he was doing what he was about to do, that it was a crime. And so basically every single person who's in jail today would not be in jail by Torah law. And for among other reasons, there's no jail in Torah law. So we have Rav Nissim, who points out that this is not practical for running a society. So the standard view is that the Beit Din, the Jewish law court, has the authority to do whatever they want to do as an emergency measure. There's a famous case in the Talmud where the rabbis executed somebody for riding a horse on the Sabbath, even though that's only a rabbinic prohibition, not a biblical prohibition. So to establish Torah law, the rabbis are allowed to break with Torah law and to do extra Torah measures. Now, the Ran, the rabbinic commentator, Rav Nissim of Girona, said that Torah law and real law operate in different spheres. So Torah law is kind of an otherworldly legal system. It's almost like a messianic society, but a real society needs a different legal system. So the Ran is talking about not just emergency measures by a Beit Din, but a completely parallel legal system to Torah law. So most Orthodox Jews are not aware of this. They think that if you don't have at least two witnesses warning someone, you can never convict. And this is stupid, because no society can run this way. So Orthodox Jewish law can function in a real society. It has functioned in a real society. And if you want to know how it has functioned in a real society, you need to read the responsa literature, which are the questions that posed to the great rabbis and their answers about how to deal with real life. So Jewish societies did deal with criminals. They did what they needed to do. Sometimes they even cut off a nose. They used quite barbaric punishments. And so there's the real law, how things really work, and that a society needs to do to maintain law and order. And then there's the theoretical Torah law. So if you go to most shuls and talk to people, even learned Torah scholars, and say that Jewish law is not practical, and that if we had a state run according to Jewish law, we'd have to punish people in non-Torah ways, they'd say that, oh, you must be a heretic to say something like that. So Marc Shapiro knows the amount of ignorance on this issue about how Jewish law has functioned and how leading rabbis have said it should function. It's amazing. Don't know any area where there is such ignorance.